Hello and welcome back to Suspense Animation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Titans Season 3, Episode 1, Barbara Gordon. Before we get started, though, I'm going to take care of some business. And sorry, I'm a little, actually about an hour late. Back adjustments, and then also had to walk the furry little one, the dog. So there's some shit that happened. So there you go. So let's take care of some business and then get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I schedule out every week. I put a new schedule up. And also have all the links to my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. And I have the links to this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. With that said, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil this episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video you can comment down below in the comment section. Are we getting that now? Yes, we got it. And yes, Borks, I know it's your favorite show. So the production has moved over to HBO Max now. It was on DC Universe, of course, for seasons 1 and 2. Now it's HBO Max. It did not go over to CW, which I was kind of surprised. Well, actually, no, I'm not really, because it's more adult in nature, if you will. And the tone has changed a bit too on this one. Season 1, of course, was really kind of shitty and janky, but that was because of the writing. That was Akiva Goldsman. Season 2 was kind of weird. Well, we'll come down to that. It was a bit of a weird show, and this one is starting off. There's some stuff I did like about it, and some stuff I didn't like about it, and we'll get into this as we go along here. So, we kind of go off of what we had, where we ended up in season 2. So Donna Troy is dead. Her body's been taken back to Themyscira. Rachel has gone back, to try and resurrect her. And Jason Todd has taken off. He's no longer part of the Titans anymore. The Titans are back in the tower. And we didn't see Hawk and Dove. All we saw was Superboy, Crypto, of course, Starfire, Beast Boy, and Nightwing. And I remember at the end of season 2, because I know I just watched the last episode again just before this aired, and Starfire did not have her powers at the end of season 2, but mysteriously she has her powers back again, and in full strength too, which is kind of a weird thing, and they never even addressed that at all. I was like, all right, sure, we're not going to address the elephant in the room there. Okay. So some of the stuff I did like about this, we have the opening montage, or not montage. We have the opening scene, of course, of Jason Todd, not following Bruce's orders, and he spots the Joker, and he decides to go after the Joker. So, and then we go into the Titans, of course, beating the shit out of Gizmo. So if you don't know who Gizmo is, if you haven't watched like Teen Titans Go or anything like that, he is part of the Hive when they were kids, essentially. And this is Gizmo grown up. And I was kind of digging that. That actually, that really kind of made me smile. And then also playing Ça Pla Pour Moi. My French is bad, I'll tell you that much, which is a great 80s song. And as Nightwing is beating the shit out of guys. So yeah, it was fun on that end. And then, of course, we move right into it with Jason Todd getting killed by the Joker, death in the family, of course. And we're moving on from there, basically. It was like really fast. And I was like, okay, I guess that's what we're going to do. We're just going to move really fast with this season. So Jeff Johns co-wrote this episode. and Jeff Johns, of course, being a writer for DC Comics, and also he was the head of DC TV, I think, at one point, and now he's back to just writing comics and scripts, I believe is what it is, because he couldn't handle the pressure, from what I understand. So whatever. Other things I liked, we got to see the Batcave a bit more. We got to see Wayne Manor, and I loved the old fashioned, of course, when you move the clock's hands to midnight, of course, and the door opens up to the Batcave. That's a classic taken from, Batman the Animated Series, as well as other things as well. But yeah, that's these are the little things in there that I like. The Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Giant Penny are actually in the Batcave as well, but they're holograms, which was kind of cool. I like that. I'm still not liking Ian Glenn as Bruce Wayne. I really am not. But also, we know where this is set now, primarily in the timeline of things, where this is roughly about 15 years before Batman Beyond, somewhere around there. Bruce is in his mid 50s, maybe even late 50s. You've got Dick is probably in his mid 30s at this point, maybe late 30s, somewhere around there. Barbara Gordon, we get her introduced in this episode as well. She's in the wheelchair, post being shot in the back, shot in the spine by the Joker. And she's now Commissioner Gordon. She's taken over where her father was, and her father's dead. We find that out too, that Jim Gordon has had a heart attack after being frozen in a block of ice by Mr. Freeze. And Alfred's dead because Jason Todd got buried next to Alfred on the family plot out in Wayne Manor. And so we got a lot of stuff moving forward in this episode, I have to admit. Mork says 30 years old, so an old Dick. Yes, he is an old Dick. You're right, Mork. In mid 30s, late 30s. So yes, it's Dick waning is where you're going at this point. And I mean, I'm still, like I said, I'm the whole thing with Starfire having her powers back is kind of messing with me. I did love that they brought Crypto in, and that Crypto actually gets to have a voice and fight crime as well. Gar is trying to will himself into other animal forms, which I'm fairly sure we're going to see fairly soon here. And I'm loving this. Quite honestly, some of the things, the other things I didn't like were, I should say the one thing I didn't like was they take an abrupt left turn near the end, and Bruce goes and kills Joker, dressed up as Bruce Wayne, not as Batman, because he comes back and basically walks into Dick's room while he's sleeping, because he likes to wake Dick up in the middle of the night, and pops open the door, and because the Joker just laughed as I was bashing his skull in, kind of thing, and he drops the crowbar that he killed the Joker with, which is over the line, of course, at this point, and basically says you should be a better Batman than me, kind of thing, and leaves at that point. I'm like, what the fuck? No, you can't have Bruce Wayne killing Joker. It doesn't work that way. Even though Barbara bitched him out and he bitched him out for it. Yeah, that was just, I don't know. That was going a little too far. Mercenary X84 wasn't expecting. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that many Robin Easter eggs as well. So at one point where Dick sneaks his way into the cave, he ends up hacking into the Bat computer, or actually into a file that Bruce had that he had password protected, and it wasn't really well password protected because I guess Batman likes the password Dick. Batman likes Dick, I guess is what it was. And he was able to get into the file and see all the potential new recruits for Robin that Bruce had amassed. And so some of the names that we got in there, the first one was Carrie Kelly. So Carrie Kelly being from The Dark Knight Returns. We got Stephanie Brown, who of course is Spoiler. And so we got a few names in there, which was actually kind of cool. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mr. Roboto and Morks. And we also got introduced to a little somebody here, you know, excuse me, Tim Drake. So Tim Drake, who we know is going to be the new Robin anyway, as it is. And so we got introduced to him, who's living in Gotham at this point. And yeah, I mean, it was a good episode. It wasn't a great episode, but it got stuff moving. And the story is moving along. There was a lot of stuff packed into it, I have to admit. But there wasn't a lot of action other than the beginning. You had the beginning action, and that was it. I still want to find out how in the hell Starfire got her powers back. That is going to bug me a little bit, but hey, you know what? Yeah. Barbara Gordon is slightly older than Dick Grayson. Canon, yes, she is, like a year or two, but that's about it. Nothing big. Mercenary says Bruce wasn't expressing himself, and he finally blew up at the end with. But that's the whole thing. Mercenary is he's had that fantasy before about killing Joker. He's had those thoughts before, and he's never gone through with it because that is crossing the line for him. So having them do that in this series now, Batman Bruce Wayne is invalidated, and you can't have this character really come back anymore from that. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised Jeff Johns went along with it. You know, Mr. Roboto says I buy Harvey Bullock. No, Harvey Bullock has so many bad things that have happened to him, and also some corruption and stuff like that, that there's no way he'd be commissioner. So I could see Barbara Gordon being commissioner. And actually, I remember Dick had mentioned something about her being a police officer anyway at one point, and so that actually makes sense. You know, them both being on the force and then moving along, and but I thought he was in Bloodhaven. I don't know. Raymond K. Hessel says, didn't he kill Joker at the end of the Killing Joke comic? No, not that I remember. Yeah. I mean, even in Return of the Joker, Batman Beyond, when he really should have killed the Joker, he doesn't. It's actually Tim that does it. Yeah. It's Tim is the one that kills him. Spoiler alert. It's a fucking 15-year-old movie. If you haven't watched it by now, you know, you're deserve to be spoiled. Miss Roboto says Starfire has a chrysalis period, so her power back makes sense. Yeah, but they never really established that in this universe. Basically, at the end of season 2, she didn't have her powers. That was a plot point. And now at the beginning of season 3, she has her powers back with no explanation. So, yeah, there you go. Mork says could be that Blackfire, and that's why she has powers. You're thinking that Starfire is Blackfire? Well, we saw Blackfire actually take over that woman's body at the end of season 2, with her kids being in the car there. So, you know, leaves her kids in the car and just walks away. Yeah. Yeah, the chrysalis period is always the most difficult period in a young woman's life. I'm sorry, that was bad even for me. That was bad even for Morks or Applecrow. Yeah. Anyway, Raymond K. Hessel says, well, the last panel is kind of ambiguous from what I remember. It's him with his hands on the Joker's throat, but he could just be hunched over laughing. Yeah. Yeah. He's always thought about killing the Joker and has actually voiced saying that wouldn't it be a better world without the Joker in it if I killed him? But then he goes, if I kill him, I become him. And he's won and the Joker wins at that point. I can't do it. And yeah, it's always the moral dilemma of this thing. If he allows the Joker to live, all the deaths that the Joker causes are still on him because he doesn't kill the Joker. But at the same time, if he kills the Joker wins and he becomes just as bad as the Joker because they are two sides of the same coin. There you go. That's what that all is, and it's supposed to be psychology, like really, 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 really basic psychology. Mork says, "Yeah, I think maybe Blackfire is Starfire, so that's why maybe Starfire has powers." I don't know. I mean, I know we also need to figure out what the hell happened with Starfire when she like fugued out there for a minute and ended up in the middle of the street. Now, did she fly there or did she drive there? Because I think that was her car sitting behind her. I don't know for sure. I Yeah, but who knows? There is some weird stuff there. So yeah. So if you kill a turkey, you become the turkey. Only if you eat it the entire thing in one sitting without stopping or puking. That's the only way you become that turkey. So yeah, good episode, good start to the series, to the season, I should say. And you can see there's a little bit more money in the production now at this point. The tiger looks better than what they did in season 2. Starfire actually has like special effects powers now where she can fucking fly and shit. Crypto actually has, the good special effects for the voice and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, they actually spruced up the Bat Cave too a bit more because Dick likes going to the Bat Cave every now and then to spy on you know Bruce and what Bruce is doing. Mercenary says the psychology game is always important when it comes to Joker and Batman. Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Mercenary. That is the whole crux of the Batman Joker relationship is psychology. And if you ignore that, that's why I was saying it's a big deal for Bruce going in and killing the Joker. And then also, was he dressed up as Batman when he did it? Or did he just walk in as Bruce Wayne, kill him? Because you heard sirens in the background. I don't know if anyone else did, but I heard sirens in the background when he walked in on Dick in the room there and woke Dick up and basically said, I killed the Joker. So I don't know. Were the cops after him at that point? Was GCPD after him? Did they follow him back to Wayne Manor? And if so, then why was Dick being, so nonchalant? He was nonchalant Dick. And yes, the Dick jokes are back. So there you go. Mr. Roboto says, is Dennis back on Titans? Yeah, I am. I haven't left. I always said I was going to be on it. So, I mean, it's not like that's a big surprise. And yes, Crypto is a good boy. I agree with you, Mercenary. Mark says you're liking this season, so my poster is actually worth something now. Your poster was always worth something. Check the back of it. Oh, Marks. I didn't say I love the season. I said I liked the season. Liked. That's the other L word. Mm-hmm. Or I like this episode. There's 2 more episodes I'm going to review. That's going to happen tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So actually, I guess I set the right time here, 7 p.m. for Titans. So yeah, what else do I have going on this week? Tomorrow is going to be the season finale of Star Wars: The Bad Batch. That's at 6. At 7 is going to be Titans episodes 2 and 3 because those are both up, 2 and 3. Saturday is going to be an early edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it. Sunday is going to be spoiler alert, where basically whatever you guys want to talk about without any filters on that. So as long as it's out to the general public and not not like a special sneak preview that you happen to see or something like that, we can talk about it and with spoilers and all that kind of stuff. Monday I'm going to be off because damn am I tired. Tuesday is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And I don't know what I'm doing as of yet, but I will think of something. I'll find something at some point in time. Wednesday is going to be another episode of What If? And then we roll back around to Thursday with episode 4 of Titans. So there you go. All right. I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos in my vast video library and pops up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know where I'm going to be on live again next, get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. I change it every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media and my pages as well. And yes, I'm going to answer your questions. But once I got into the role there, I had to keep going. So Raymond K. Hessel says the final season of Superman and Lois is coming up. I know. The season finale, not the final season, the season finale. Yes. It's been pretty good. I like it, I have to admit. What if? Yeah, is what Mark says. So I'm thinking of doing for these reviews, kind of like what I've been doing with Is It Worth My Time? I will do a spoiler-free section at the very beginning, and then, for about a minute or two, something like that, and then I'll go into the spoiler review. So I think I'm going to be changing the review section up a little bit more. Just because there's some people, especially with what if people are like, do I want to watch it? Do I not want to watch it? Is it going to spoil stuff? I can get into a little bit of that. So it was a dick move. I know, Morks, that was a dick move. There were quite a few of dick jokes, I have to admit, Pen. And dang, I got a phone call and missed the stream. Well, you know what happens when you miss the stream. It means you don't hit the toilet. I mean, that's what dick does. See, you came in and you gave me another dick joke that I didn't even know I had in me. No, that's different thing altogether. Yeah, nope. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Star Wars: The Bad Batch and episodes 2 and 3 of Titans. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find out that you need to find a way of penetrating the Batcave, and the easiest way of doing it is with Dick. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good night. Take care. Be well. Wear those masks. Get those vaccine shots. Stay safe out there. And I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.